peaceful in Miami outside the ballpark. Plenty of energy inside as the 2026 World Baseball Classic has reached the knockout stage. Lone Depot Park continues to play host as we begin the quarterfinal round in Miami, as tonight it's Team Korea tasked with a big assignment, squaring off with a very hot team from the Dominican Republic. It is Christopher Sanchez on the mound for Team Dominican Republic tonight. Guy who finished second in National League Cy Young voting last year, who will slot right at the top of the Philadelphia Phillies rotation at the end of the month. So as you're used to watching in the World Baseball Classic, don't fall in love with watching a starter out there for very long. And Albert Pujols, the manager of the DR staff, has told us that around the 65 pitch range is when they'll start keeping their eye on Christopher Sanchez tonight. That's in play for Manny Machado, and Christopher Sanchez first out comes on the ground tonight. Jones here representing Korea by virtue of his mother Michelle of Korean descent. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jahmai Jones. So the ground ball, this one for Perdomo. Gold Glove, Silver Sluggers, and All-Stars at many positions for Team New York.
All over the place. They've showed out.
So 2 ground ball outs, and that'll bring up one of Team Korea's leaders, their center fielder Jung-Hoo Lee. Quickly behind 0-2 is Jung-Hoo Lee. The noise behind Sanchez. And an all-business start to the night by the Dominican ace. Korea goes down in order. Well, Team Korea knew that if they got this far into the knockout round, they were saving their best weapon for this night to try to move on through the quarterfinals. And it's one of the most highly decorated stars in the history of the KBO. Hyunjin Ryu on the mound for the Koreans tonight, and a full count to Fernando Tatis Jr. Tatis locked up on a big yacker. Hyunjin Ryu pulled a pitch right out of the 2019 season.
And this is what he's going to have to do, trick him a little bit, surprise him a little bit. You think it's at your head, and then it just drops off the table.
So with 2 gone, here's Soto, the 4-time All-Star and 6-time Silver Slugger, picks on the first pitch. Hyesung Kim bobbles, recovers in plenty of time, and it's a scoreless first for Ryu. So here is Woo Kyung-moon. He has done much of the heavy lifting for Team Korea so far. 11 runs batted in, the most ever for any player in the first round of the tournament. And rather anxiously chopping one to Machado, who is in a perfect spot.
They've seen Sanchez before, but only on video. It's much easier to go out there and be super aggressive.
Wow, all business, man. 34 walks drawn by the Dominican Republic side. 16 of those walks in the tournament have come around to score. Here is the 22-year-old Tampa Bay Rays star Junior Caminero. That's going to stay fair and do a little damage. It's going to rattle around in the corner. And they're going to wave Big Vladdy, throw to the plate. What a slide! He's saved! Oh, man! Vladdy midair.
Once this turns, look at this. He sees what's happening. The on-deck circle, Julio Rodriguez is telling him to slide right. He trips. He still was able to make it. Oh, man.
5-time All-Star flying into your living room.
For kids at home, understanding the throw is waving you off, but Julio Rodriguez probably would have had the most important thing to do there, is telling him where to slide, what direction. He's not seeing the play. He's not seeing the ball.
Infield in. That ball smothered by Kim. Throw to first base. Brings in another score on an RBI ground ball off the bat of Julio Rodriguez. So this could have gone one of 2 ways for Ryu. Perdomo sends that to center field. What a nice at-bat that was. Base hit on a 2-strike count. Runners at first and second for Tatis.
There's just no break, Manny, in this lineup. Now you've got Tatis, who crushes lefties.
Into the opposite field. It's going to get Ramirez home. 3-0 DR. Fernando Tatis Jr. has driven in 10 runs in 4+ games in this tournament.
Another 2-out rally. We've seen it all tournament. Gets the fastball down and away. Oh, thing of beauty.
6 up, 6 down against Christopher Sanchez. And on the other side of the scorecard, the Dominicans score 3 in their half of the second.
Yeah, he's got no chance right there.
No chance. So now Zoo-Won Kim. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Strikeout number 4 for Christopher Sanchez tonight.
Well, he's used the fastball. He's used the changeup. How about this slider here?
All but one of those 5 pitches were sliders. There's a ground ball to third for Machado. Goes the short way. They cut down Kim. A lot of the Korean players today were on the field for the DR's batting practice.
Yeah.
And they were watching almost like from a fan's point of view with their mouths agape. Soto bashes a ball into right center field for a leadoff base hit. Young Uno came on in relief of Funjin Ryu in the second. Soto stays put. Vlad sends out into right center. And that's going to go all the way to the wall. Soto being waved around the bag by Carlos Febres. Oh, what a throw to the plate. And they miss the tag. Soto's safe. Park wants him to look at it again. It looks like Soto got the oven mitt in there.
I thought it was an aggressive send by Carlos Febres, the third base coach right there. I mean, they did this perfect strike. Did he get his hand in there? Oh, he's safe.
Park's glove got stuck in the ground.
What a slide.
Korea has tapped their closer to work as Young Park goes to work. Manny Machado lined out to left in his first at-bat. Line to the left, that's a base hit that'll drop and score Guerrero, and it's 5-0 for the Dominican Republic.
A vintage swing by Manny right there, not trying to do too much, 2-0. Everybody's going to be running.
Machado and Caminero can go, and it's ball 4 below the bases. So Perdomo draws the 2-out pass to load him up for the top of the order, Fernando Tatis Jr. And they want nothing to do with it. Make it 11 on a bases loaded walk. It makes it 6-0 Dominicans. Here we go, full count pitch home. And Marte takes a bases loaded ball 4. From 0-2 to a bases loaded walk. 7-0 for the Dominicans. Dunning and Team Korea risking a third straight bases loaded walk.
Soto does a lot of damage at the top.
Next 3-2. Soto lines it into right, and it carries for On to retire the side. 2 gone, bases empty now for Yunmin On. And he is on with the ball in the gap into right center. First extra base hit of the night for Team Korea. All right, so both of the hits here have come in the first pitch of an at-bat.
That's where you have to get them.
So that'll bring up Bo Kyung Moon. Got it. Shutout intact, still 7-0 Dominicans. Christopher Sanchez getting close to that magic number. Again, it was 60. I think Albert said, look, if he was close to finishing an inning, could he go 61, 62 pitches? Sure. And he makes quick work of Whitcomb. Strikeout number 6.
This is a filthy slider right here. Watch him get on top of this. For a hitter, you think you're on it, you think it's a fastball, and then it goes to your back foot. That's usually an indication of how his stuff is late and explosive.
Got it. Gas.
3 fastballs in a third. Look at this movement right here. You think you're on it, and then you're on top of it.
17 swings and misses tonight for Sanchez. 11 on his sinker. Here's Park now. The 1-2. Got it. Christopher Sanchez ends his night by striking out the side. 8 for the Phillies ace. All DR in Miami tonight. Atmospheres calmed down a little bit after 3 straight 1-2-3 innings thrown by Team Korea. They still face a big deficit here, down by 7. Full count pitch. Got it. Strikeout number 3 for Abreu in just an inning and a third. So 1 out, 1 on now for Bo Kyung Moon. Double play chance smothered by Marte and Perdomo. The turn, they get them both. Another clean inning. Up and stretching in Miami.
Play with it.
7-0 Dominicans. Manny Machado singled and run back in the third. Scored that inning. Into left center field. Manny's going to be happy with a 1-out single. Ends the stretch of 11 straight retired by Korea pitching. Here's O'Neal Cruz for a second time. And he takes a 4-pitch walk to put runners at first and second. And put Julio Rodriguez in a spot where if he gets a hold of one, everybody's headed home. On the ground for Kim. Flips to Kim. And the relay to Whitcomb's not in time. The run rule walk-off is still in play with runners at first and third and 2 gone here in the 7th.
Everything was perfect, just too much speed by Julio.
First plate appearance of the night for Austin Wells. Started the night on the bench. And ends the night with a 3-run homer! Santa Maria!
He had a feeling he was going to come into this game on the first pitch he sees. He delivers.
And they shoot their arrow after the final swing of the night. The one and only pitch that Wells sees tonight, and it's a wrap in Miami. A 10-0 run rule win for Team Dominican Republic. And that full head of steam they established in pool play has not slowed down.